Hey guys, welcome to another Sims build video! Hooray! We're finally on the third townhouse. Who would have thought we'd be here? After, what, 3 months? It's been 4 months? I don't know. I've really lost track. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I am not gonna name this house the Red House, and you will see if you've already looked at the title as well as the thumbnail, that this house doesn't stay red for long. You'll see us go through the struggles, the trials, the tribulations of trying to figure out what kind of house we're trying to make. And the bottom line is it came down to the style that I was looking for and just for some reason could not put together with the red on the home. Now, it is going to be a different look almost entirely from the other two houses, which to me is exactly what I wanted. I felt like this home was going to be very specific to this family. Now, the problem is that I don't really know the style that I want to call it. It's not really tropical. It's kind of stucco-y. It's kind of like burnt red, tans, rich browns, creams. It's a lot. I'm thinking clay pots. I'm thinking pottery. I'm thinking bright, aggressive colors against that. There are many cultures that I think about when I was looking and thinking about what I wanted to do with this, and sometimes throughout the build, I just encountered a lot of issues and concerns with being able to achieve that. But I think overall we do. I don't really know what to call it though. It's like a weird mix. I don't know. You'll see. But I think I captured it as well as I possibly could. There are moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off. And I really thought about just taking everything out and restarting and like re-recording everything from the bottom up. But I persevered. I just kept trying to find the right thing and the right palettes and tiles and wallpaper, and you will see the struggle later. But hopefully you enjoy how it turns out. Hopefully you enjoy the build. As always, I'm gonna let you go through until I have something to say later, and I'll just pipe back in. But until then, enjoy this first half of the build. So, just piping in here because this is where I decide that the color of the house is off with the idea that I'm going for. Again, didn't really seem to match the color palette of the other homes. They were kind of pastel, they were kind of light and bright. And for some reason, my mind said, this house needs to be green. So we changed the color completely of the home. And as you can see, I struggled a little bit trying to get that color palette and trying to find that workaround. And I just couldn't find something that really melded with the red and kind of the vibe I was going for. So I did change it completely. And then the biggest piece here is actually something that's going to happen once we get to the inside. I played around with the colors a little bit more to try and find the match. I ended up wanting to kind of combine the green in. Oh, you guys know how I do. I start talking and then I can't stop yawning. Freaking lungs and heart being a pain in the butt. Anyway, the problem that I had really with this outside space is I know I wanted a pool. I know I wanted the colors to kind of meld. But again, I'm not a monochrome person. I try to gravitate away from that because I know that's my tendencies. So anyway, we see a little bit of a balance here. Now that we're inside, however, this is where I start to cry a little bit. And also with the window treatments and the door, Again, I don't really know what it is. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments like what you think this style is. It really revolves around that front space, and like that stucco kind of crazy window dressing kind of deal. That's what I'm going for. And I think overall, I do achieve that while still kind of maintaining that updated modern look, because the other thing I didn't really want, not that there's anything wrong with it, it just wasn't what I was going for, but I didn't want it to feel more traditional and dark and heavy. I really wanted it to feel bright and but themed, right? Like there is a family that lives here with this like lifestyle or theme, or maybe it's cultural. Like that's kind of where I was trying to go with it. And I really struggled. I felt like The Sims had a couple of things that I was like, oh yeah, this is like bang on what I'm thinking about. And then there were other things where I'm like, I don't even know how to incorporate it here. So I just did my best. There's a little bit of push and pull here. I really tried to kind of address the color on the outside a little bit better. I ended up going with this darker brown for all the windows and things, even if a lot of the inside was lighter. I just felt like it balanced the green better, and again, I just didn't want that heaviness coming into the inside. It's complicated because also all the other homes, if I'm not mistaken, have had the white windows, which is very beachy. It goes with everything. You don't have to think about it. You just pick a white window and you throw it on. But because of this like creamy and it's not even like a red brown, it's weird. I don't know how to describe it very well, but anyway, that's what I was going for. The inside is where I start to cry though, not necessarily just because of layout. I did struggle just a little bit with that, but I do think it turned out really well down here. We actually start from the top down because I essentially create everything. I do it a little weird. Instead of going like floor by floor and building everything out, I end up going like flooring, wallpapering, getting the overall structure where I think I want it, and then going to the next floor. And I actually start with the main bedroom on the top floor of this build. Now, originally I wanted this was the look, right? And that's why I put it in every bathroom. You'll see me put it in every single bathroom. It took me a really long time to find that tile, and I really liked it because I felt like it had the color palette, it had the basic look for what I was going for. But when I tried to find a wallpaper that would then mimic that kind of look again without the heaviness, it was a struggle, y'all. It was such a struggle. And I don't know, like I like this basic wallpaper, but it looked so cookie cutter, like a more traditional, like basic, throw it up in a day kind of neighborhood house. And that's not really what I wanted. I wanted it to feel more personal. I wanted it to feel like the family decided what was on their walls, as well as their floors, and that it was particular to them. So I'm trying all of these. You're going to see me struggle just a little bit. I do end up finding something that I think I'm going to like in the end, and then I just leave it and walk away because my brain hurt. And I actually think I come back to the other floors on like a separate day completely. Obviously you guys will see the whole video in its entirety. But, just want to warn you ahead of time. It's a bit of crazy. Like, look at this on the wall right now. I don't necessarily think it's horrible, but it's not the best either. So anyway, we expand those stairs. I really felt like it needed more of a grand entrance. Originally, I just had the stairs here, of course, so I could get the layouts originally when we put everything down. And then I changed the stairs. I don't remember what we do in the other homes, but again, wanted this to feel a little bit more customized. So hopefully, as I go again, you guys know, I'm not even gonna address it, but hopefully you guys like where I end up going with it. I'll let you all watch a little bit, see me cry, see me struggle, and then I'll pipe back in once we're getting ready to start on the actual building. I'm back. I just wanted to pipe in here because as I'm finally selecting whatever wallpaper I think is going to work, this is where I actually start building out. And I do end up changing that tile again. As you can see, the tile in the bathroom is completely different. And obviously the bedroom, very dark. And again, I said, I don't want to bring it into the room. I don't want it to feel heavy. And then I went with like the darkest floors possible. But we play on that a lot. I feel like we really round it out in the end. Also, just a little bit of context. I also imagined this family having a newborn daughter and a kind of like maybe teenage to college child, also female. And so I ended up building that bedroom down in the basement where you saw that other room, and that room completely changes. So I hope you're not attached to the way it looked, because clearly I wasn't, and you'll see the effects of those choices later. For now, again, I'm really struggling with this wallpaper. I want that, like, God, it's so hard to explain. I wish I had more words, but I just really wanted it to feel like that stucco-y. It's almost like some of those wallpapers had the correct tones, but they either didn't have it like a shade darker or lighter, or like this, for example, they didn't have like, I don't know. You guys know how I am. They didn't have like a lighter brown or a cream around the border for the what do you call it? The molding, the crown molding. So it was a struggle. So I do end up kind of outfitting this room. It's a little bit of a toss and turn. I end up changing the wallpaper yet again to this, but I think in the end, this wallpaper is the right shade. It's still kind of playing on that. And even though it's not perfect, I do try and use the rest of the room's pieces to kind of tie in that overall look. So I'll let you watch the bedroom. I'll also probably, unless I don't remember what order I do it in, but if I do the little girl's room next, I'll pipe back in. But if I do the bathrooms, I'll just let it run through the bathrooms, because I don't know if you noticed, but I genuinely just identicalize all. Like, I just duplicate every bathroom because it's simple for the most part. It makes my brain feel a little happier knowing I don't have to duplicate the entire home, or not duplicate, but like think about the entire home, which I do. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so as you can see, we're starting to add like a mixture of toddler and baby materials within the bathroom and that side room. Also, I make myself dizzy going through the walls and going up and down because the camera is crazy. So I kind of want to pipe in here because I do kind of dual, as I find things, I'll like dual decorate or I'll just throw things in that room and I'm just like, think about it later, but I want this, which is exactly what I'm doing here. So I do imagine they have a little girl, so obviously the home and the bathrooms and things, they kind of have to tailor a little bit to who I think is living here. So obviously the wallpaper and the carpet, different. The carpet actually carried from that bottom room because I felt like it was perfect here. This ends up being the only room with carpet though. I do end up taking that other carpet away. But bottom line here is it's obviously not fitting the theme, but it's a baby room, so I figured it was going to be a little bit different. It's very girly, which is what I imagined it to be. We did the teenage son in the other home, so I felt this one would be cool if we had two kids, one that's newborn, like I said previously, and then maybe that like teenage to college. So I'll let you guys watch this through and I'll pipe in when we get to the next floor. that, guys, is the whole top floor. It's a little weird, out of character to do from top down. I feel like we've started from the bottom up and it doesn't matter. So now we're going to work on the second floor. And again, I'm going to adjust a little bit. I wanted that entryway a little bit larger. I wanted to make sure the bathroom had an accessible door. We got to change the tile in that bathroom so that it matches with the rest of them because we are duplicating all of that. And also the other thing that's been kind of difficult in these builds, which you'll see, is lighting. For the townhomes, they have the smallest height of the floor. So, or the walls, I should say. So the length, as you can see, of the light fixture is so specific and it limits our options so much. So that's why you'll see a lot of the lighting for the most part ends up being almost identical, not just throughout the house itself, but then between the homes. So I'm sorry if that's a little redundant. I don't do any of the what do they call it, like specialty stuff. I don't download CC or anything. It's all base game and then whatever packs, like I think I have all the packs now, so there's no CC in there, so it limits the options, right? Had I thought about it ahead of time, specifically for lighting, maybe I would have gone up to like a medium height. I also would have had more door and window options at that point, but here we are, it's fine. I do think it still turned out fine. I'm just letting you guys know, yes, I know, it has everything to do with the wall height, and I muffed it up. So we'll walk you through visually, of course, what this floor turns out to be, and I will pipe in when we get on with the next floor, I guess. Enjoy! So we're doing a final touch up here on the kitchen. I genuinely love how it turned out. Now, I do end up saying, screw it, just build it the way you want to, and then we'll add in like the children's items and things like that later, because I just wanted to get a feel and a layout, and I can add in all the knickknacks and specialty things. So I know there's not a high chair there, but there will be. So don't you worry. And then now we're going to move on to the basement bottom floor. And I do a little bit of touching up because at this point I actually did download a couple other of the kits and I wanted to try some of the materials out. I think this chair looks significantly better out here. We were even able to update the rug and do a little fiddling there. And then also, I don't remember exactly, but I think we also adjust the back patio as well. Do I do that? Yes, because look at this, beautiful. I love this so much. Don't fret, I don't end up keeping it that light. I end up going back to the original because I felt like it was such a good color pop, and we adjust some of the other colors because again, I was in my monotone because crazy girl. So we do adjust a little bit. And this pool also ends up adjusting quite a bit. It gets a little bit smaller. We end up having to rearrange. You'll see. I'm not going to spoil it all for you. But I really wanted to use this little grill because I thought he was so cute and he's new and I've got to use all the new stuff. And then also we do end up maintaining a bar out there. It's not this one, it's another one. We adjust the layout a little bit with that pool. I want that giant whale. We adjust the layout a little bit. Get things sorted. I want to use that swing set. You see how I do this? Like I'm combing through these items and then as I see things I'm like, oh, I want to put that there. Oh, that's an idea for somewhere else. And because my brain cannot handle moving from that spot for too long, I just have to throw it somewhere and hope that I remember it later. One of the things I did throw was this bar though that I intended to use and then threw it in that room. See, I went right back to it. So yeah, when we start adding the children's stuff, some of this porch will adjust yet again because I want to be able to put like one of those pack and plays or like movable cribs that, you know, you could put your baby in or something like that. So you'll see that. The most frustrating thing, the most frustrating thing is the length of these string lights. All I want are beautiful string lights. However, because the porch would have to be an exact size in order to fit them, it is the most frustrating and daunting task to try to finagle this crap around. I even tried to put like, I guess with like street lights, and at first I was like, this is great, and then I was like, that is so bright. Not at all the mood lighting I was going for. So I do eventually remedy that and adjust, which you'll see in just a few minutes. I was literally trying everything. So Sims, it'd be so freaking cool if you could like adjust the length or, you know, have different lengths available so that it was either longer or shorter or whatever we need it to be, because I literally had to redo the entire side here because I was like, no, I am going to use these stupid string lights. I want it so bad and I do feel like it was worth it, but dang, was it a pain in the butt. So anyway, we do all the adjusting. We end up having to adjust a little bit further once we start getting into the kiddo stuff, which you'll see later. And then we start working on the inside of the basement. So in the bottom, there's going to be, of course, a full bathroom. I don't think I put a bathtub in here. I forget. No, I don't think I do. Also, I took that rug out because it looked ugly. Anyway, I've been thinking about that rug ever since I came out here. And then I was like, no, I'm going to reuse it here. And then I end up changing color. But I think we have a full bath. I think just a shower. We end up decking out an entire teenage college girl's room. And then we have a laundry room. And then what I assume to be like the family room, right? And as you can see here, we're just going to start building that out, getting everything put together, and literally this is the last step until we start kind of kidifying the place. I'll let you guys watch till the end, and then as always, I'll walk you through the whole house at the very end. with that, guys, here is your walkthrough of the now greenhouse. Not a greenhouse, but a greenhouse. Anyway, I do love how this turned out. I feel like I ended up finding the pieces I was looking for in the end. It was really spectacular. And I think, again, out of my comfort zone. I'm extremely pleased with the pieces and the details I was able to find and pull in, despite it not being kind of like a collection of sorts, right? But overall, hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. I genuinely do as well. This little porch is so cute, and I feel like I would sit out here with like my lemon tree. This entryway is big and bright and beautiful. Now, I don't know how you're going to feel about those columns and the arches, but I really feel like it's the only stone I was able to pull in. We've got our little kiddo stuff, a fancy, I guess, entry room with a bookshelf. You've got your half bath here, super basic, but super necessary when you have 3 floors. You gotta have a bathroom. This kitchen is wild with color, and it is honestly, I'm gonna say, it's like one of my favorite rooms. I love how the colors play on one another. I love the blue cabinetry that is new from a different pack, and the tile on the walls is just so cool. Now, I really could have kind of shortened the amount of wall space it took up, but I said, whatever, it's fine, just have the whole wall, why don't you? I didn't really do any accent walls in here because it was trial enough just to find something that would work. And then this basement, I love the doors. I really enjoyed experimenting with these doors and feeling like there was, I guess, an open space, but also you could close it off. Like, it felt very fancy to me to have these gigantic doors out onto like this tile section of the home, almost like a sunroom, but on the bottom. I don't know, it's weird. And then this cute little room. I feel like if I was a teenage girl, I would love this room. You've got your bedroom, it's all drapey, then you have a separate vanity and like getting ready room, and you can close the curtain. It's just so cozy, right? And then I really do like this open room. You can't see any of the materials, so I do kind of tab out and tab back in so you can see that stuff. As for some reason in this view, it likes to hide. But now you can see everything. Again, we've got the little kiddo tidbits here and there. I feel like it's important to feel like it's kind of lived in so that, you get the full picture. The laundry room, super basic, but again, that plant is squished in the ceiling. That's fun. But overall, really like how it turned out. I feel like it has just the right amount of touches. And then again, we redid this so that you have the little crib out there. You've got some sunblock, you've got, some fun lights, which were super exciting to experiment with. Overall, love the downstairs and like the space that it became. I'm really sappily kind of proud of myself. I feel like with every home we've really branched out and it shows, and it's really fun. And then, of course, our top floor. Sometimes the camera goes zoomy like that, so sorry the speed difference. I don't know how to control it, so that's fun. This room, little girl's room, so cute and bright, and I'm not going to say basic, but it's kind of basic. It's got the necessities of what you would need. Bathroom too, just kind of an overview of all the other ones with the couple of details here and there for baby girl. And then the master bedroom, which for some reason hid one of the chairs in the corners and the dresser, which was super cool as well. But anyway, overall, really liked it. I felt it was kind of funky there in the corner next to the bed, but I kind of rolled with it. I feel like it's not terrible. It pulls in the colors. It's just a little weird. And then, of course, our lovely porch, which I hope they do yoga on. That would be so nice. But anyway, that concludes the greenhouse, guys. We only have one more house to go. Can we believe it? I cannot. It feels like it's taken a long time because it has. So this one is going to be probably a Barbie paradise, if I'm being honest. I'm going to be decking this thing out in the craziest thing you've ever seen. That is my goal. That is my desire. I want marble. I genuinely, I feel like it's going to be the Malibu house of our dreams, and we're just going to, full swing it. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully that you've enjoyed the other builds. As always, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I greatly appreciate any, adjustments or comments that you have, because at the end of the day, these are going to be posted on the gallery for you all to use, and maybe we'll create the Sims that live in there too. So leave those comments, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, whatever buttons you want to press, it's all fine. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.